Driving. Everyone wants to drive. I want to drive, you want to drive, shit, your dog probably wants to drive, but I know damn well nobody wants to learn how to drive. That shit is stressful as fuck. Now, I like driving. You truly haven't lived until you've been stuck behind a car and your instructor is telling you not to go around them. I know from personal experience, by the way. Then you got everyone else behind you going around shooting the nastiest of looks like, God damn, don't you see the L? I'm new to this shit. In all seriousness, driving is fun. Learning how to drive is something you have to do in life. How else are you going to use the drive-thru at McDonald's? Like, come on, bro. I left the house looking fresh as shit and started walking to meet my instructor. And now as I'm walking there, there's two things in my mind. There's no way I'll be doing that much driving, so maybe it'll be chill, that's one. And B, I was praying that the instructor wasn't rude. And before you judge, we have all seen the videos and TV shows. Every time the instructor is rude as hell, so I had no idea what to expect. But anyway, I get down there and I meet the instructor, and he was a bit older than me, about 60s, and you would think he'd be pretty rude, but he wasn't. He was actually pretty chill. He brought the car around, asked me a few questions, then he said it's time to start driving. Now when I heard this, I was flabbergasted. This lesson was an hour long, and in the first 5 minutes he already wanted me to start driving. Then my life flashed, not once, but 8 times. Remember, I almost crashed the last time I drove in, so I was not prepared for this. And then I say, dead ass to this driving instructor, remember, we're driving. I say to this man, are you sure? Bro, this guy looked at me like I'm the dumbest person to exist, and you know what? Maybe, right? At this point, I just got to drive. I may die, but I don't want this instructor to think I'm a bitch. So I put my seatbelt on, adjust my seat, adjust the mirror, and I put my foot on the clutch and I go into first. And I stall. Yep, the car doesn't even move. And I try again, and this time the car starts moving and everything seems sweet. We're in the interstate, but I'm thinking we're just going up and down, right? Nah. This guy tells me we're going around the whole estate, multiple times, turning, going around other cars, watching for people, and bro, at this point I thought it was actually over. I couldn't even move the car a second ago, and now you want me to do all this? Yeah, I'm done for. And if you couldn't guess already, I start driving terribly. I start going slower than some ants going along the car. I could barely switch gears, and the car stalled. The steering wheel, even that I was doing wrong. I was ass. But I could do a couple turns, and somehow I don't crash or almost crash. Not like my second lesson, but we will get there in a second. So I pull up back to where we began. He stamps my book and I go on my way. And after that, you know, I went practice every day, and that helped so much. Still almost crashed, but not as many times. So the next week comes, same routine. I go do my second lesson, still nervous as fuck, but not as nervous, thinking it's going to be the same. So I get there, meet the instructor, and this time I was ready to be driving around this state. But then this guy tells me we were driving through the main town. I'm going to try a roundabout. Is this guy mad? I just learned how to use the clutch and the steering wheel, and you want me to not only go to the town, but also a roundabout? Yeah, if I thought I was cooked last time, now I truly am. But anyway, I start driving, nervous as fuck, but you know what? I start doing okay. Nothing great, or even good, but not too bad. I use my signals, my stops are okay, the car's stalling a bit, but everything's going okay. I mess up a few times, but nothing major, you know? I start thinking I'm a natural driver, only 2 lessons in, I can do this. But then he says we're doing the roundabout after this turn. But I was ready. I did everything else perfectly. I just have to do this, and I go for it, and I almost crash. Not only into another car, but a tree as well. And this was a tiny roundabout. I started going around it and accelerated too much, and not only did it look like the instructor wanted to bait me, but also the other cars around me. But anyway, I head back to where we started, pretty smoothly considering I almost crashed, and that was that. I gave my driving book and got it signed, and my second lesson was finished. I did it. I survived, well, at least until my next one, but hey, if I crash, at least I'll know what's next, right? Anyway, yeah, learning how to drive is mad stressful, but should definitely learn how. Now, I'm gonna leave it there. That's my video on driving. More the first 2 lessons of driving for me. I don't do all 4 cause after 2 they're mostly all the same. But anyway, peace out, good luck, and remember, you matter in life.